The evidence that God exists, or the evidence for Christianity, can be very convincing for a number of people, but I don't think he believes there is evidence that makes him personally sure. Someone saying, God does not exist, and half of their brain, half of their mind, or in fact, their entire mind thinks that that's true. But his mind has said, with the years of debating, with the years of dialogue, with the years of discussion, with the years of introspection, I could come to the conclusion of God's existence, and it's rather plausible and probably better for me, my family, and my society. He's gone so far into his skepticism and has been intellectually successful.
We had Ayana Ali doing the exact same thing for decades, or a decade or more.
Even Apostate Prophet, he was an atheist for decades, and now he's an Orthodox Christian. He's a catechumen in the Orthodox Church. I think that, I'm not going to say given time he will become a Christian. I think that the reason, or one of the reasons he's not a Christian right now, or perhaps not a believer in God, is the cost of discipleship is very high. Christ says that my yoke is easy, my burden is light. But he also says that you must pick up your cross
and follow me.
I don't think that...
And crosses are heavy.
I don't think that when he approaches the weight of the cross, that he looks on the cross and says, this is something that I want to carry. Perhaps he may even think that this is something good to carry, something that one should carry. But I don't think he's convinced enough that one should carry the cross. Because it's either that or eternal damnation as well, to reject the cross. Maybe he's, in his own way, scared to reject the cross. I don't know. I think that if you really think about it, I think the evidence that God exists, or the evidence for Christianity, can be very convincing for a number of people. But I don't think he believes there is evidence that makes him personally sure.
Yes.
Beyond any sort of doubt that's actually reasonable for him.
Here's the truth. There's no way to be 100% sure about anything.
I mean, even the way that he debated today, there were a lot of points that he made which seem to just be, but I can read it this way.
Yeah.
Which seems to be an evocation of somebody trying to demonstrate that there is a way in which they can still hold to this falsity or this wrong opinion in a way that can be thought of, but in all honesty, isn't necessarily convincing. It's like someone saying, God does not exist. And half of their brain, half of their mind, or in fact, their entire mind thinks that that's true. And they might believe it's true, but their heart knows that that's a lie.
Right.
And I am unsure as to whether he believes in his heart, whether he believes in his mind that he's unsure and that his heart knows that that's a lie, or whether or not the content of his heart is, for some reason, I cannot believe in this. I cannot know this. I cannot know this God. But his mind has said, with the years of debating, with the years of dialogue, with the years of discussion, with the years of introspection, I could come to the conclusion of God's existence, and it's rather plausible and probably better for me, my family, and my society. But his heart's not in it. It might be one of those two options. Or it might be, well, I'm not even 30 yet. I love my life. I love the things I do. And I don't really want to commit to such a position that changes that fundamentally.
Sure.
Especially not when I'm still in my physical, and social prime. Maybe he doesn't want to do that.
I can't lie. You just mentioned that. I thought he was actually older than he actually is. But yeah, he's only in his 20s.
Look at Muhammad Hijab. When he was younger, he would frequent the corner every week.
Yep.
And
then now he frequents it once a year.
Well, why do you think that is?
Because for the last, 2 years, every time he comes, there's always someone ready to get at him.
That was me or farming. But even Hijab now, he realizes that, there are things I have to kind of leave behind. Even Apostate Prophet, when he became a Christian, for 10 years, he was living in abject darkness, social darkness, but more importantly, spiritual darkness.
Yeah.
And by spiritual darkness, I don't just mean, it's like fighting, all of his mind, and as in the actual way in which he conceived the world was blocked for him until after 10 years of purging himself, he was able to come towards the light in which, and not just come towards the light, but actually take the light in and let it illuminate his heart. And he physically improves. His physiognomy actually improves.
Sometimes
when he
was looking a little bit rough.
He was looking rough.
Like the mustache.
Yes. And now he's doing better.
Yes.
And I think that's why potentially Alex isn't a Christian right now. But that's me doing an unfair psychoanalysis on a man that I don't know as like friend. We're not brethrens.
No, I was just asking, like, projection wise, do you see him taking the route of a Richard Dawkins and committing to skepticism?
Well, I think Richard Dawkins has also been through a lot in his life as well. Like, there's reasons why Richard Dawkins will never, no matter what happens.
You can hear the bitterness in his voice when he talks about
I think
God of the Old Testament.
I think he wants people. I think he wants a world where people they think like him, but act like they're Christian.
Yeah, and then if you remove the roots of the sort of like fruits of a person, why would they act?
Why would they stay that way? Yeah. And so I think he
a cultural Christian.
I think he's angry at I think he's angry at the offense of Christianity. Christianity provides a lot of good. It provides order. It provides structure, but it also provides freedom, intellectual freedom. In some cases, social freedom, more importantly, spiritual freedom. It provides values, it provides harmony, and more importantly, it provides unity. All good things under any society, under any paideia. But in order to have the boons and benefits and fruits of Christianity, you have to accept these dogmas that cause these fruits. And for someone like Dawkins, it is offensive to want to force someone to take these beautiful, sweet fruits of the faith and also force that person and bind that person to take the bitter, sour, hard truths. A man is a god, and not only that, but he's infinitely better than you could ever hope to be. The same God knows more than you can ever infinitely hope to access. And the same God is so other than you that there is no way in which you could ever hope to measure him. And yet he can pervade and understand you more than you understand your own self. He can read your thoughts. He can predict your beliefs before you predict your beliefs. Such a God is not only not worthy of worship, but offensive to worship. To worship such a God offends my heart. And perhaps that's why Richard Dawkins isn't a Christian. I think he is offended and appalled at Christianity.
The checks don't hurt either.
Checks don't hurt. All right. Anyways, guys, that's basically the Ruslan debate. Do you want to set up a StreamYard link?
You do it so that when you join in, you can join in with the broadcaster as the audio.
Oh yeah. Okay. Let me do this now. All right. If anyone wants to join the StreamYard link, we already have a